Hi guys, welcome to Happy Hair Tarot. In today's pick a card reading, we will find out what is about to shift in your career. So we'll take a look at three things. First, what is the key change that's coming in your career? Second, how can you align yourself with this shift? And third, what will be the long-term outcome of this transition? So you can see an image on your screen right now. You've got three options to choose from. Feel free to pause the video over here, meditate on all your options, pick whichever one calls out to you the most. You'll find the timestamps in the comment section as well as in the description box below. So make your choice and let's get started. Hello group 1, if you guys chose the first image, let's find out what is the key change that's coming in your career, and then we'll take a look at the other two things. Spirit, what is the key change that's coming in group 1's career? We have the Page of Cups. What is the key change that's coming in group 1's career? Two of Swords. What is the key change that's coming in group 1's career? And we have Justice. Very good. So first of all, I feel like this is one of those classic delayed but not denied things that you're about to experience in your career, group 1. I feel like there's something that you've been wishing for a lot ever since probably you started your career. Maybe you're doing something of your own, maybe you have a job and you're trying to make it big in a particular field, whatever the case might be for you. It seems as if you put in your 100%, you put in a lot of efforts, but the results somehow are never up to your expectations. And when that happens, you're not able to make sense of it. You're not able to understand where you went wrong, what could you have done differently. Now, what is shifting in your career is this quiet acceptance almost within yourself that there's literally nothing more that I can do. Whatever it is that I'm doing, I'm already good at it and I do it the best way that I can. So why do I doubt myself then? My job ends at doing the task and doing it in the best way. That's it. What happens thereafter is not on me. So this energy will leave you. All right, with the Two of Swords, what could I have done? What else can I do? How can I beat this? You will be making peace with the way things are unfolding in your career. And the exciting thing over here with the energy of Justice, like I said, whatever it is, whatever achievement or whatever feat it is in your career that you felt was being delayed, or maybe you thought that it was being denied to you, will now happen and you'll realize that it was probably just delayed. With the energy of the Page of Cups over here, I feel like you will get an opportunity in your career very soon. Might happen anywhere between February to October, which will be too good to be true, but it will be true nonetheless. Seems contractual in nature. It might be a contractual role somewhere, or it might be a contract bound collaboration or something like that. And it seems like it's going to open up a lot of avenues for you. It seems like that particular opportunity is going to help you leave your mark in territories that are right now untouched by you or whatever it is that you do. With the energy of the Page of Cups over here, especially if you feel like these days your work does not necessarily give you a lot of pleasure, I see that seeping back in slowly. Also, if currently you're in this habit of seeking validation from others, like unless and until I get these many likes on my painting, I'm not going to share any more posts, or unless and until my sister says or my boyfriend says that this is right or this is good, yes, go ahead with it. I'm not going to present this idea or pitch this idea to my boss. That energy also seems to be leaving. With Two of Swords and Justice over here, you will gain more confidence in who you are as a professional, your capabilities, what it is that you bring to the table. So instead of waiting for something to feel right before you take an action, or waiting for something to make it very clear to you exactly what the outcome will be before you make any moves, that energy is shifting. If it feels right to you in your gut, if intuitively you feel like this is what I really need to do, I see you going for it, no matter what the odds are, no matter what anybody else around you says. All right, now let us see how can you align yourself with this shift. Spirit, how can group 1 align themselves with this career shift? We have the moon in reverse. How can group 1 align themselves with this shift in their career? The lovers. How can group 1 align themselves with this shift in their career? And chariot. The good news over here with the lovers is that you're already pretty much in alignment with this energy. There are just two things that you need to be mindful of. First, with chariot, like we were discussing earlier, if something feels right in your gut, just go for it. Take that risk, take that action, say yes to that opportunity. Do not think twice. Do not think about waiting for other people to chime in before you go ahead with your decision. And the second thing you need to be mindful of over here with the energy of the moon in reverse is that do not let your fears get in the way of taking any action, any appropriate action. If this is an opportunity that is asking you to step out of your comfort zone, naturally at first it might trigger you, it might feel a little overwhelming, it might feel a bit scary even, because you don't know what the payoff will be exactly. But there's something you can do to reframe this, and I believe I'd shared this on my Instagram also. It's a very good thought process. When you're about to do something that you've never done before and you're getting all of these butterflies, think of it as your heart clapping softly for you. You know, don't think of it as tremors, or don't think of it as a signal in your body warning you against it. Think of it as that signal in your body applauding you for taking that risk. Obviously, you're doing it for the first time. You don't know what it entails, but trust that it will be good. So getting out of your head and trusting your gut more and just going for it, making peace about that decision within yourself rather than waiting for any counselor or, having a roundtable conference perhaps and then coming to a decision about it, that needs to change. And that is how you align yourself with it. Like I said, the good news is you're already pretty much in alignment with it. Just these two things you need to be careful of. Now let's see what will be the long-term outcome of this transition in your career, Spirit. I said Spirit, I'm in group 1. Okay. Spirit, what will be the long-term outcome of this career shift for group 1? We have the 9 of Swords. What will be the long-term outcome of this transition, this career transition for group 1? We have the Tower. What will be the long-term outcome of this career transition for group 1? We have the Hanged Man. Very powerful cards, group 1, because what this tells us is that when this shift is occurring, at first, it might not make sense to you. In fact, with the energy of the Tower over here and 9 of Swords, when this opportunity comes, and like I said, it might come anywhere between Feb to October, both months included, it might feel very out of the blue. And your first response with the energy of the 9 of Swords over here might be to, I don't know what's happening. What do I do? What do I say? But like I said, and as has been advised to you in your alignment, you will act towards it, right? You will take action towards it. Now, the beauty of the energy of the Tower over here, especially being underneath the Lovers, tells me that whatever is going on in your career right now, however it is, your lifestyle, how much money you're able to make, how much money you're able to put aside, versus how things will be for you post this shift, post this opportunity, it'll be very, very, very different. And it'll make sense to you in retrospect, not immediately. Your immediate response, like I said, would be fear, worry, getting overwhelmed, which hopefully you will be able to counter and act on this opportunity anyway. But yeah, with the energy of the Tower and the Hanged Man, it's almost as if this shift is occurring because perhaps there's so much that you've outgrown in your career. And remember, initially I'd said that whatever this opportunity is, it'll help you tap into territories that are currently untouched by you. So this can be anything. It can be a brand new market that you're tapping into, a new type of clientele, something, like people who really resonate with your product or with your service, or a job opportunity that helps you expand your wisdom and unlocks more doors for you in the future. It's almost like the universe is saying it is time to level up. And with the Tower over here, it's like that previous level is crumbling and you're stepping into this new dawn, this new era in your career. So the long-term implication of this, simply put, is that nothing will stay the same. It'll get replaced by things that are 100 times better for you, and it'll make sense to you later on. In fact, with the energy of the Nine of Swords over here, and it is so beautiful, guys, I just heard blind trust. When this opportunity comes, act on it, have blind trust that it will work out, because in the long term, it will make sense later on, not in the moment. And there's just so much calm over here, honestly, if you look at it with the energy of the Hanged Man. It's like any sleepless nights that you're having currently, these thoughts of, I do so much, why do I get so little in return? There will be no room for those questions after this, because everything will be happening in alignment. All the rewards will be justified as per your efforts. All right, group one. So these are all the messages that I have for you right now. If you like this reading, do give it a thumbs up. Let me know down in the comment section below. Subscribe to my channel if you're new over here. The details to book a personal reading with me are given in the description box. You can also subscribe to my Patreon to get exclusive readings by me, and follow me on Instagram for more tarot readings by me. I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Hello, group 2. If you guys chose the second image, let's find out first what is the key change that's coming in your career. Spirit, what's the key change that's coming in group 2's career? We have the Seven of Swords. What's the key change that's coming in group 2's career? Two of Cups. What's the key change that's coming in group 2's career? We have the Star. These are so powerful, group 2. And definitely with Seven of Swords, the universe is being sneaky about it. Whatever this is, it has been happening for you behind the scenes. If at the moment you feel like your career is, well, some of you might say stagnated, some of you might say that it's stable, but there's no real breakthrough happening. It's pretty much the same old, same old. So whatever school of thought you're into right now, expect massive change. For a lot of you, I feel this will start revealing itself from Feb of this year. For some of you, it's going to happen 2 months after, or within 2 months of whenever you're watching this video. And if you're watching this in Jan, then, well, yes, then 2 March makes sense, but otherwise you get it. Can be April also for some of you. Broadly, I would say either 2 months from whenever you're watching this, else it's going to be between Feb to July of this year is when this shift occurs, and you'll start seeing signs of it March or April onwards. What is this exactly? Two of Cups over here with the Star. I'm hearing you're meant for greater things. And this is where it gets interesting. You might say right now, like I said, my career is fine, but that's all it is. It's just fine. There's no breakthrough. There are no there's nothing grander than that's happening. But you are meant for grand things. It is in your destiny for grand things to happen in your career. Name, fame, more money, all of that is about to happen. It's almost as if, have you guys heard of this saying that there are years when nothing happens, and then there are days when years happen? I feel like something like that is going to unfold in your career, group 2. With the Two of Cups being present over here, it's almost as if something shifts, and suddenly you're getting all the right eyes, all the right opportunities, all the right attention. And people who weren't taking notice of you before, or people who weren't taking notice of your work before, it's like suddenly the spotlight is on you. So if you have your own business, suddenly the spotlight is on you, your brand, your products, your services. If you have a job, suddenly the spotlight is on you as being perhaps the best employee or doing things in a very novel way. The recognition, the reward that you waited for, but somehow made peace with the absence of, I see that coming for you. These are fruits of your labor, basically, with the energy of the Two of Cups over here. You worked for it, and they're here now. This pause that you're experiencing right now, At the surface, of course, it might feel like the water is still, but behind the scenes with the Seven of Swords over here, everything is happening perfectly according to the divine alignment. It is happening perfectly according to divine timing. And when the timing hits, you will start seeing this. More eyes on your work, more recognition, more praise. And I'm also hearing more increase in your income, for sure. It's like all of a sudden people realize that you are the gold, or what they thought was just coal is actually diamond. Take it how you will. But it's like, if your problem was that people weren't seeing your potential, that is about to shift. All right, now let's see. How can you align with this shift, group 2? Spirit, how can group 2 align themselves with this career shift? We have the 5 of Pentacles. How can group 2 align themselves with this career shift? Death. How can group 2 align themselves with this career shift? Knight of Swords. First advice, of course, is to just keep going, keep doing more of what you've been doing so far, because it's clearly working. This is not the time to give up. I won't necessarily say that this is the time to double down on your efforts, because you already seem to be doing pretty great on that front. But just, I would say, don't give up thinking that nothing's changing, that nothing's shifting, that it's the same old, because it's almost like, you're very close to hitting that treasure chest, and so it would make no sense if you stop digging now. So keep that up. Secondly, in order to align yourself with this shift, you need to snap out of any lack mindset that you might currently be in. See, because right now you're not getting the kind of attention you want. It's very human of you to compare yourself to those who are getting the attention that you want. You might think that your work is better than theirs, or you might think that you deserve that promotion as compared to the person who got it. So naturally, comparison might be happening. And because of that, you might be feeling even more miserable about yourself or about whatever it is that you do. So breaking that thought pattern and not indulging in it again is very necessary. Instead, with the energy of death over here, take a look back at how your life was, what your lifestyle was like when you had started this work, when you had started this job, when you had started this business, versus where you're at right now. Notice the little things around you that have changed, if not anything massive. Notice that progress, notice that growth, notice that transformation. In fact, with the energy of death over here with the Two of Cups, some of those transformations might have happened internally. People around you might have had no idea about it, but you must be knowing how much you've grown as a professional. You must be knowing how much you've grown as a person ever since you started your career, right? So focusing more on those things and less on what you have and what you don't is one of the biggest ways in which you can align yourself with this shift. Okay, now let us see what will be the long-term outcome of this transition, group 2. Spirit, what will be the long-term outcome of this career transition for group 2? We have Temperance. What will be the long-term outcome of this career transition for group 2? The Hierophant. What will be the long-term outcome of this career transition for group 2? We have the Four of Pentacles in reverse. Of course, the first long-term implication is that any money crunch that you're experiencing right now, maybe right now whatever you make is just enough for you, but it's never more than enough. So that, of course, is shifting. Second implication that I see over here with Temperance and the Hierophant is that this feeling that you have right now, like you're doing so much and it somehow feels like it's still not enough, that will shift. You'll finally be at peace with the way things are happening in your career. All right, feelings of dissatisfaction will leave you for sure. And with the energy of the Hierophant being present over here, I feel like you will for sure get start to get counted as one of the greats in whatever it is that you do. So for instance, let's say that if you share your sketches or your art online, your account will get lots of followers. All right, and you will be one of those go-to accounts for people on Instagram who are into art. Or if you have a job, then if anybody needs help, if anybody needs advice, or if anybody has to be, like, you're basically becoming this role model now. You're basically stepping into this role of being up on the stage, and those who want to get to that position are now looking at you with inspiration, with awe, and learning from you, learning from your experiences. In fact, the long-term implication for a lot of you might actually be that in addition to whatever it is that you're doing right now, you might start teaching the secrets of your success to people. This teaching arc might not happen that quickly, but in the long term, I do feel like for a lot of you, it will. In the long run, a lot of you will take to teaching. But anyway, from not getting the kind of recognition you wanted to then being touted as one of the greats, that is, of course, a long-term implication over here. No money crunch, no money problems anymore. And just look at this with temperance over here. There's so much peace. They seem so peaceful. I have everything that I want, and it's just soft, smooth sailing. There's possibly nothing more that I could have asked for. That kind of an energy over here, where you finally feel like, oh my gosh, it feels so good when I put in so much effort into something and it gets the kind of recognition, or it gets the kind of reward that I wanted. I always knew that I was good. And I'm so glad that now the world can also share my vision, that now the world also, either the world at large or the world around you, also starts believing in you and in your vision. So that is such a great victory, group 2. All right, so these are all the messages that I have for you right now. If you like this reading, do give it a thumbs up. Let me know down in the comment section below. Subscribe to my channel if you're new over here. Subscribe to my Patreon for exclusive readings. The link is in the description. You can also follow me on Instagram for more tarot readings. And if you would like to book a personal reading with me, you'll find all those details in the description box. I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Hello, group 3. If you guys chose the third image, let's find out first, what is the key change that is coming in your career? Spirit, what is the key change that's coming in group 3's career? We have the Magician. What is the key change that's coming in group 3's career? Ace of Wands in reverse. What is the key change that's coming? What is the key change that's coming in group 3's career? And we have the Two of Wands. Okay, one of the transitions that I can see over here seems to be more internal, I would say, and less external, especially if you're the kind of people who right now act very impulsively. Instead of sticking to something, you tend to change your stance because you feel like somebody else is getting better results doing whatever it is that they're doing. So then you try to change your approach, and you try to align your approach or match your approach with that other person's, wherein the truth is that with the energy of the Magician over here, whatever it is that you're doing is already good. However it is that you're doing is already good. You don't need to compare your approach with anybody else's. In fact, the Ace of Wands in reverse over here tells me that each time you've changed your way of doing things to match somebody else's, it hasn't given you the kind of results that you'd hoped for. And so one of these internal shifts that are happening for you, which of course will then affect your career as well, is that you'll stop comparing your methodology with that of somebody else, and you will realize, or rather you will recognize, that you already have the power, you already have the resources at your disposal, and that even if you continue doing things the way that you have been, you can still make it. The other shift that I see happening in your career, and this of course now is a bit more external, with the Two of Wands being present over here and the Magician, I feel like those of you who'd been willing, or who had always hoped that you would get an opportunity to perhaps expand your work, and this can mean multiple things, whether you wanted to expand your business, introduce other products and services, or whether you wanted to capture new markets, or whether you have a job and you were hoping to get a job in another location, whether it is another city, another state, or another country. I see that finally happening for you. So this is movement that is happening at the right time and in the right direction. And for a lot of you, this movement is happening because of your manifestation. So I do feel like a lot of you over here are very good at manifesting, and you might have been manifesting this change in your career, and it's finally happening now. Honestly, I feel like the energy of it is already underway. And I feel over here, within the next 3 months, you might start seeing these changes. For instance, recruiters approaching you from other countries with job offers, or people approaching you to collaborate with them on ideas, on products or services that you haven't really done before, something like that. So the novelty of it isn't coming from you, but it is still an offer that is exciting enough for you to grab, and it is giving you the kind of results that you wanted, especially if you were looking to relocate or somehow get that international touch or that expansion in your work. So I see that happening. Those of you who are in need of a PR or a visa or something like that, I see that happening as well, finally. After a lot of wait, is what I'm being told. So anyway, to simplify and recap it once again, there's one internal shift wherein you stop comparing and stick to whatever it is that you're doing. And second, thanks to your manifestations, an idea, an offer, an opportunity is presented to you. So it's not your idea as such, that novelty isn't there. But whatever that opportunity is, whatever that offer is, it is opening new doors for you. Quite literally, because this might also involve relocating. Okay, now let us see how can you align yourself with this shift, group 3. Spirit, how can group 3 align themselves with this career shift? We have the Fool. How can group 3 align themselves with this career shift? We have the 6 of Pentacles. How can group 3 align themselves with this career shift? We have the 4 of Cups, and the 3 of Cups gave us a sneak peek. So how do you align yourself with it? Here's the good news first. The 6 of Pentacles over here tells me that as long as you continue to do whatever it is that you've been doing so far, and however it is that you've been doing it, you will continue to stay in alignment with this shift. However, one thing that you can do, and these are very contrasting energies, the Fool and the 4 of Cups. The Fool says yes, the 4 of Cups is like, nah, not interested. So you have to make sure that you stay in this energy rather than in this energy, because with the 2 of Wands over here, when this offer, when this opportunity comes, like I said, it's not something that you had thought of, or it's not something that you could have thought of, right? So there might be a conflict of interest, and initially your response might be, what is this? I don't get it. Doesn't make sense to me. This is not what I had in mind. Nah, rejected, next. But that's not going to get you anywhere. You'll actually butcher your chances that way. And the 3 of Cups makes sense, because with the 4 of Cups and the 3 of Cups, I feel like it might be one of those testing moments where are you going to say yes to this opportunity, even though this isn't something that you could have thought of or that you had in mind, or are you going to say yes to it? You know, just because you haven't seen anybody else around you doing this, are you going to wait for any sort of approval? Are you going to wait for any sort of help with that decision? Or are you going to recognize the value in it? Are you going to recognize that it has the potential to open up doors for you? And are you going to grab that opportunity while you have the chance to? So I would say that in the last moment, it'll all boil down to, are you brave enough to say yes, or are you still conflicted enough to say no and turn it down and then regret it later? So remember to embody this energy and snap out of this energy. And as long as you stay in alignment with this energy, you will stay in alignment with the shift as well. All right, now let us see what will be the long-term outcome of this transition for you, group 3. Spirit, what will be the long-term outcome of this career transition for group 3? We have the Five of Wands. What will be the long-term outcome of this career transition for group 3? We have the Devil. What will be the long-term outcome of this career transition for group 3? We have the Queen of Pentacles. Haters gonna hate. And if there are haters, it means you are doing something right, group 3. And you are. You're sitting in the energy of the Queen of Pentacles long term. So whatever this opportunity was, whatever this offer was, it has definitely in the long term paid off massively. In fact, this is a very settled energy. So a lot of you, if you are relocating to another city, state or country, you will most likely get settled over there. You will make the big bucks that so far you've only dreamt of. So career, financial situation is improving drastically. There is more authority, there is more autonomy at work. If you have your own business, it is thriving thanks to this opportunity. And if you're in a particular job field, then you've made a name for yourself over there as well. Now here's the thing, with the Five of Wands and the Devil, and when I look at these two cards over here now, that Three of Cups that showed itself to us makes sense. I feel like there are people around you, group 3, who do not want to see you grow, who do not want to see you rise. And so if ever you discuss any opportunities with them, they always tell you not to go for it. Not because the opportunity is bad, but because they don't want you to be better than them. So there are people around you who are jealous that way. There are people around you who might just be pretending to want what's best for you, but they don't. They never want your best to triumph over their best, if you get what I mean, right? So in the long term, now that you did not listen to those people, you grabbed that opportunity, you went for it, and it turned out to be so amazingly successful for you. These people who did not wish you well might suddenly start acting odd, all right? They might grow distant, they might grow cold, they might tell you stupid things like, ever since you've started making good money, God knows what you think of yourself, you don't have time for us anymore, and where is all this attitude coming from suddenly, even though you're still that same old grounded person that you are right now. And these are just baseless accusations because they're jealous that you managed to see through their game and break out of these shackles, and you're thriving. So their real problem is not the fact that you don't have time for them because you're busy. Their real problem is the fact that you are doing well, which is something that they did not expect or that they did not want. If intuitively certain names are coming up in your mind, take that as a sign. Your gut always knows. All right. So if these are the people who have consistently tried to clip your wings, do not share that you've gotten this offer or this opportunity with them. They'll only try to hold you back. All right. So these are all the messages that I have for you right now, group 3. If you like this reading, do give it a thumbs up. Let me know down in the comment section below. For exclusive readings by me, you can subscribe to my Patreon. The link is in description. For more tarot readings by me, you can follow me on Instagram. And if you would like to book a personal reading with me, you'll find all those details in the description box. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.